talk about some of the wording we've heard today, particularly in the way that the description of those people perhaps who voted to leave the European Union. 70% of my constituents, Mr Deputy Speaker, that did so. And some of the words that, that came to me on the doorstep when I was having those conversations were that I'm being called thick. I'm being told that this decision shouldn't be given to me. I'm being told that I don't know what I'm talking about. And we've heard it today as well, with words like xenophobia and cannon fodder. It is absolutely disgusting. My constituents aren't xenophobes. The constituents of my honourable friends from the Black Country and more widely are not xenophobes. We welcome people from all parts of this world. We built our industrial heritage of welcoming people here. And I take real exception when members opposite accuse my constituents of xenophobia and racism. They're absolutely not. It's not just about classrooms, it's not just about schools, it's about aspiration. It's about ensuring that a kid in Tipton, that a kid in Wednesbury, that a kid in Ashfield, that can feel that they've got just as much chance as a kid in Westminster. That actually, a kid in Prince's End can aspire just as much as a child from Pimlico can. Because for too long, we've had a scenario that says it depends on where you live, where you come from, and where you are, that it determines your attainment in education.
Crime and antisocial behaviour continue to blight my communities in Wednesbury, Albury and Tipton, and I've been inundated by residents from Tividale who have had to organise themselves into a street watch in order to combat crime and antisocial behaviour. Can I ask my right honourable friend, Mr Speaker kindly granted me an adjournment debate earlier this year. I've raised this issue with our right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, and I've raised this issue with our honourable friend, the member for Louth and Horncastle, the Minister of State, who came to my constituency and met with my constituents. What advice would he give me and my constituents in Tividale to ensure that this issue is not brushed under the carpet and they finally, after 20 years of broken promises, get their voices heard?
Well, before I begin, actually on today, Black Country Day, I want to pay tribute to those Black Country Chartists and suffragettes in Wednesbury and Tipton who made sure and fought for the cause that we could all be here under one member, one vote, and ensure that our constituents could be represented. Where are the official opposition? Where are they? And we saw this last week, because when we were talking about educational opportunities for deprived children, they were absent. They sit there and they carp and they virtue signal. Right? I represent a community where the majority of kids would fall in that category, and also dropping down that fact that apprenticeships, manual labour, actually, yes, you can achieve, you can do it, and there is nothing wrong with that. So I want to sort of round up my comments, because this has slightly changed from the contribution that I was going to give by simply saying this. We've got to get this right. We've got to make sure that the kids in my constituency and in other constituencies like it feel invested in, because for far too long they felt like they've been written off. And right, there is a cultural history that I think sometimes gets forgotten. And I've long advocated that actually one of the things as a union we need to do is to share that diverse culture that we have internally. Because I think kids in England should be learning about the Mabinogi and should be learning about Welsh history and culture. Just like kids in Scotland should. I think kids in Tipton should learn about the history of Scotland equally and come to understand that shared culture and heritage, because I think that is where we've gone wrong. We've built these internal borders, and rather than focus on actually bringing those down internally, we've turned this into this sort of back and forth of, this rhetoric back and forth that we've seen today. It's been highlighted today.